bro. So you can start by introducing yourself. Just I have it on film.
Hey, what's good? It's one Young Micah. I'm checking in, and I'm about to do this interview. I'm with my dude,
With Diego.
Peace Unique.
There we go. Yes.
If you're trying to get the this one-on-one piece, you gotta stay tuned, tap in with us. And yeah, I'm a New Orleans artist, a rapper, a designer, a model, an actor, creative director, production engineer. Like I do everything across the board when it comes to creating. So yeah, you just tap in with me. I'm from New Orleans. I live in Portland. I'm trying to expand. I got a lot of support from all over the map, from New York to Cali to overseas to Toronto to Florida. Like I'm very well connected in every area, like every area of the planet. So it's just a matter of me connecting the dots right now, and I'm glad to be interviewing with you right now so that we can start putting these dots together, because
nice.
Everything coming together pretty well right now. So
hey, how old are you, bro?
24. And you?
I'm 22.
22. I be feeling like I'm still 22 a lot of time because of coronavirus.
Oh, because you lost 2 years in between?
It feel like 2 years. It's only been 1 year though.
Facts. But how was coronavirus for you, bro? Did you shine?
Coronavirus for me, it's been.
Yeah, I'm a roller.
It's been.
I'm a roller too. Might as well.
It's been a huge like learning experience in general, because like me being from New Orleans and moving to Portland, I was one of the highest performing artists in Portland. Like when it comes to performing, like I was known for being the one person that had a show almost every other day, like too many shows.
Really?
And the people was coming to see me, and I was growing my following constantly. Like when I moved out here, I didn't even barely have Instagram, and now I got like a couple thousand, which isn't nothing, because people that meet me, they be like, damn, I would have thought you had 10,000, thousands of followers. And I'd be like, shit, you don't even know, I just made this.
How long ago you just made it? Right before Corona?
I made my Instagram like 3 years ago when I moved to Portland.
Oh, I see. Okay, makes sense.
I moved to Portland like 3 years ago. So yeah, man, I moved out here and I was doing all the shows and stuff, and everybody was just taking me in, like just accepting my music and fucking with me extra hard, to the point where it just was growing my following constantly, and people were asking me how was I doing it at a certain point, and I was just like, I'm just grinding, just trying to do what I can. And once the COVID hit, I know you from Cali, so you might have heard of Jay Stalin before, right?
Jay Stalin?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
He's like an OG rapper from maybe like the Bay Area. I'm not sure, but he did a show
originally, bro. I moved out here a year ago. I moved out right before COVID. So
yeah, I did a show for him right before COVID, though. I opened up for him, and then after that, everything had kind of shut down. I'm about to go live on this other phone. It probably look ugly, but I don't even care.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it just was coming up rapidly. Things was coming up rapidly, and
no, I have a question though in regards to COVID. So like, yeah, shit happened. We all got blocked. You couldn't do shows, but like, I always wonder, like, as a recorder, bro, like, doesn't that give you the time to kind of be in house?
Exactly. So the album that I just dropped, I recorded it all myself because I was locked inside alone. So I had nothing better to do but to record music.
But you did the production too behind it? No?
I recorded it. That was my first time recording my whole own project.
OG.
Yeah, that was my
How was doing that experience?
It was actually like the best experience, because I was able to like express myself in a way without feeling like somebody was right there to like critique it before it's even done yet. You know, when you're recording or making pieces or doing anything like that, before it's done, the person that's not making it might not see the vision. So it's like being able to see your own vision and be in control of, what you're recording and stuff. It made it like, it just gave me another level of confidence and comfortability.
I see.
So I made a song like number 9 on my album called Speculations. And I've gotten a lot of people come back and tell me Speculation's their favorite song, and it's the first time I ever sung on a song.
Interesting.
And I recorded it here by myself, and nobody was here. Like, I had to be alone to even try to do it,
I
because
see what you're saying.
I personally can't sing. I don't got good vocals. I had to practice and I had to do like a few different takes, a few different layers and stuff. And then I was able to record everything I needed, but I wouldn't have been able to do that with somebody else right there.
I have a question. So
Like,
if you would have been by yourself in the studio, or like with someone, with like, you know, that's not something that you would have tried though. You wouldn't have put yourself out of your comfort zone, maybe sang on a song. No? That's cool though. That's GG, bro, on that.
nah, you can't. It's hard, man. It's hard to like step out of your comfort zone in front of people. Like, I can sit here and spit for you. I can sit here and spit off the dome and do this and that, but I can't just sit here and go like na 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 na. And I know I ain't really good at hitting notes. So like, I'm not gonna sound good to you. And then like, once the vibe off with you and the engineer, like, you might as well wrap up the session, bro.
Absolutely. And bro, so when did you start, or when did you start music? How was your path like? Okay, you're from New Orleans and you're in Portland now. How did you connect those dots?
I started recording music in like 2 separate times, honestly. I started in high school and then I started back in college. High school, I used to skip in like the 10th grade. I used to skip school and go straight to the studio. And I made my first album like that. And then that I don't even really count that. I can't even remember those songs, man. But then after that, I started recording in college because I was into football so much. Once I stopped balling, I started rapping in college because I just had a lot on my mind and wanted to express myself. And once I started doing that in college, it kind of took off in a good direction. My first project just kind of went viral for me. And like, when I moved to Portland, I had family here that I was just visiting. So once I visited my family here, I didn't want to leave because it's just a whole different vibe than the South.
How's the vibe in Portland?
Portland is all good vibes to me, man. Like, compared to New Orleans, it's just everybody nice. Even my mom visited me out here. As soon as she got off the plane, she was like, yeah, somebody tried to help me with my change when I was buying for my baggage or something. And I had the money. They just was being nice. I was like, Mom, you just don't know. People out here are super nice. Like, this ain't New Orleans. Like, New Orleans, it's not a nice city, just to say the least.
Interesting. I've never been to New Orleans. I've only heard a lot of stuff about it.
Where you from?
I'm Italian originally. I just moved out here. Like, I did school in the East Coast, but my whole family's Italian. I'm 100% from Italy. I just moved out here for college and then now a job that I have here full time. So this pièce unique is like a side hustle for me. It's a passion project. I do out of love.
Yeah, it sounds like you be on the move.
Yeah, I try, bro. I mean, bro, like this, I've been wanting to, since I went into school, bro, like I've been wanting to build this website and it's all I really wanted to do. And now I kind of put myself in the best place possible. Like, California and LA is the best one to meet artists and create that community. But and bro, you said that you started rapping because you wanted to get shit out your mind, or you had things you wanted to say. What type of?
Yeah, it was just in like 2000. It was basically in like 2015 when I was doing that, and this kind of stuff that I had on my mind was just like, I had family out here. I got like brothers and sisters, and they younger than me, older than me. I got one that's older than me, and it was bothering me that they was like living their lives and I literally living mine, and like I didn't get to interact with them or be a part of their lives. Like, that was part of, I used to rap about stuff like that, or just like, you know how like in New Orleans we got cops killing people. Like, when I started off rapping, my rap was like straight conscious. Like, now I rap and make music, versus like then everything was just kind of straight conscious.
Why did you change that? Why did you move out of the whole conscious area?
Because it wasn't really what I wanted it to be. I didn't want to be a conscious rapper.
What is a conscious rap?
You don't know D1?
D1, no, yeah, but not more than an example. Like, what is your definition of a conscious rapper? Like, what does he stand up, or what does he represent?
Conscious rapper would be an artist that's always just kind of preaching, like he always trying to get a point across, which I kind of try to do in a way. So you kind of making me feel like I'm contradicting myself. But so that's a good question that you asked. But I feel like a conscious rapper is like, you know, I don't know. I just know that I wasn't just no goody two shoes. So I didn't want to like try to act like, oh, I'm telling niggas just to do this or just to do the right thing or just you know, just fucking pray to God. Like, no, I ain't perfect, and that ain't even how I live. That's not realistic. I'm a person just like everybody else that live their life, try to enjoy it and have fun and fuck up and do good stuff. Like, and that's the aspect I come from. I'm a lifestyle rapper than a conscious rapper. My favorite rapper is Currency, and that's what he calls himself, like more of a lifestyle rapper.
I see.
And that's the approach I wanted to be able to take. I didn't want to just be kind of like just preaching. But if you listen to my music, I don't know if you had got a chance to listen to it.
Right before this, I listened to 2 songs, but it was really quick. I'm gonna go back and
what, you know which ones you heard?
No, bro. Honestly, if I have to, I just went on the album and I went through. But I'm gonna go through it heavy.
It's all good. No, I was just gonna say that once you listen, you'll be able to see that I give hella game. Like I spit real shit, but it's just like real shit that I lived, real shit that I experienced, or real shit that like, you know, that could apply to the next person. But I'm not just gonna try to sit here like I'm holier than thou, like, oh, I'm just making good music and everybody else, they out here making shoot 'em up, bang, bang music. I see the good in everything. That's the thing about me. So I listen to D1. D1 used to be one of my favorite rappers.
Mm-hmm.
And I listen to fucking Julio Fulio that's talking about all the dead bodies he got, like the whole spectrum. It don't make no difference to me.
I like when you said like a lifestyle rapper. To me, kind of sounds like a conscious rapper that's not just into preaching. Like you're telling your shit. You know, like it's good because conscious rap doesn't have to necessarily someone that's preaching. It's someone that's kind of like, you know, talking about real shit other than money, bag, hoes, and whatever the fuck. You know, because that shit's interesting. But I feel like people tend to really, or especially like I don't know, music from back home, bro. Like Italians or like French rap that I listen to, bro. It's so meticulous to the wording. It's like everything is only like the beat is great, but the beat is only 40% of the song. If the man can't spit lyrically and kind of have that the junction of both together, like as you say, speaking real shit, but like that's what, because people can relate to that. Like when you hear one of those songs, bro, you're like, fuck, like I know what that guy's talking about, and that's kind of like where you create these links that are real. So I really like that point that you made. And like the lifestyle, I get that. I get what you mean by not always wanting to portray just one picture, but kind of having the whole thing.
Yeah, because sometimes I might feel like violent one day. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No. Every justification. And especially, bro, like, that's kind of like, bro, like these interviews, how I'm trying to get them into. And the most recent one was kind of the case, like with this guy from Bulgaria. Like, I think it's great to have the whole interview where like you give me your life and you tell me how you got to where you're at. But after, like, I feel like it's interesting to kind of go into like more like real topics, bro. And when you say that, you know, you want to be angry some days, like what makes you angry, bro? Like
what makes me angry?
Like some days.
Some days, the easiest thing that make me, I feel like I be getting angry over small stuff, honestly. But it's like I don't like. Biggest thing is like for somebody to try to belittle me. So that's like usually what it is. Like I always come in peace and high spirit and respect. So whenever I feel like that's not reciprocated at all, then I'm kind of like dismissive of it. And if it's a little bit too aggressive, then I'm kind of like, you know, bro, like you might need to switch up how you coming at me, like, you know. So that's like the biggest thing that kind of upsets me. Sometimes it's just, you know, how people choose to approach you or talk to you or treat you differently than what you bringing to the table. Because I'm usually always like I said, I come in peace and high spirits in everything I do. So how you wave back? This phone trash. Oh, yeah, that's my other phone. But yeah, man, that's the, what else could make me angry? I don't know, just feeling like I'm not getting enough done fast enough. Sometimes I get mad with my own self. But then I kind of have to take a step back and realize, like, step by step, everything is still going the way it's supposed to be. So,
and no,
and haters get to me sometimes too.
They do
sometimes, because a lot of times the haters be the people that's like, it be close people that's close to you.
Exactly, but that's the worst. I've noticed this as an artist, bro. Like the most random people will be your biggest supporters, and it's crazy.
That's what I said when I dropped my album. I tweeted that. I was like, it's crazy how many people were waiting on me to drop an album and reposting and was going crazy, and the people who didn't pay no mind to it.
But those are the people that are gonna lose on it, bro. The ones that they're gonna contact you the day that they think they can get something out of it. You know, it's that type of shit. Oh, I'll wait till that guy shines and then I'll try to take a piece of it.
And that's gonna be tough for them, because the thing is, if you wasn't there during the journey with somebody, then you gotta pay to play at that point.
Exactly. But you're just like everyone else at that point. You got no special space.
Nope. The people that got the special space was the ones that were supporting since day one, buying tickets when they ain't even have to, and fucking supporting, buying all my merch and listening to every song. That's the people who are gonna get the special privilege because they deserve it. They put in the work with me.
But the important thing about that, and I feel like I've always wondered, bro, like how many of the artists that are like top one today still fucking bring chairs to their like OG fans, you know, the people that, you know, like it's kind of like when you get into this thing, like it's easy to lose even that you know, or oh, I'm gonna be solid to the OGs, I'm gonna keep links with the ones that like brought love or showed love, you know, like it's
you say you wonder like how connected they stay with their day one
exactly like once you get that fame,
once you get that
spotlight, you're
once
just
you get that main spotlight, you might be too busy to talk to anybody, huh?
Exactly. So
you know how busy normal people could get.
Exactly.
But a normal person could get so busy that they can't talk to their mama. So
that's very true.
A famous person definitely could get, you know, big enough to where they can't even, you know, still acknowledge all their biggest followers or like biggest, you know, day ones. Like but at the same time, I think it's protocol for that, man. Like the bigger you get, you know, there's a list. You always have your list. Like once you start getting bigger and bigger like that, like you have your list, and like your list of people, they get in wherever you want, like wherever you are, like wherever you say they get in, they get in. Like,
and how big?
It's been like that even from me doing shows now. Like they give me a list of like
how big is your list?
Huh?
How big is your list?
Oh, I usually make my list 0 people because I want everybody to pay.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I usually do it because that's the best way for me to make money. People be like, yo, you could put me on your list or something. I'll be like, yeah, I could, but that wouldn't be you fully supporting me.
That's facts. And I feel like people will enjoy it more too. You always enjoy something more when you pay for it, bro. Like, you know.
Not me. I enjoy stuff better when it's free. I ain't gonna lie.
No, but like think about this, and this is like on a business shit, bro. Like
people, on a business shit.
No, but not even on the business shit, but like the individual itself. Hypothetically, like you want to teach me something. And I'm like, okay, sure, bro. I'll just come to your house for free or whatnot. I'll go there. I don't give a fuck about not learning anything. If I put money down, if I'm paying you to teach me, trust me, I'm gonna be like, bro, like you gotta teach me. Like I want to learn.
Right, you're gonna make sure you're picking up everything you're putting down.
You're putting money down, like you want to enjoy this more show than if you were like, no, it was just, you know, like, there's actually a value that is added to the user itself just by paying for it because it's more valuable to them.
Hell yeah, if you just do a free show, everybody might just stand around and not care. But then if they pay to come there, they're gonna make sure they go get drunk and have as much fun as possible because they trying to get their money's worth.
Exactly. There was this one example. This one guy told me once, bro. This guy's like a little meditational guru dude that was doing shit on TikTok, and he was doing these like Zoom calls with people, and he was charging them like maybe $50 a Zoom call. And he noticed that like after a few weeks, like he would give these programs of like 6 weeks, and when he was charging them like $400, which was like relatively low for like 8 weeks of program, they would not give a fuck. By the 4th week, they were like, oh, bro, like I can't do this. But then he started charging these people like $4,000 to $6,000. And dude, these guys every morning, they would come with books. So they would come prepared to each lesson. They would be like, oh, I learned this and I learned that. So for him, he was like, I'm making much, much more money, but these guys are getting much, much more out of it by paying me much more. So it's actually crazy.
Right. All right. Me charging them more is making them pay attention and pick up on what I want them to pay attention to more. Exactly. I feel it.
So it actually makes sense.
But yeah, that's how kind of how it started though. Like I said, back in 2015, I was in college, and then we dropped our first project. And in 2016, I was recording it in 15. It dropped in 2016. And since then, I didn't probably drop close to 10 different projects. They didn't went up and came down and went up and came down. I got like 3 or 4 projects still out on Apple Music and platforms now. I got a couple more that's on like SoundCloud. I'll be letting things do what it do, you know.
Out there, bro, which is honestly, it's one of the biggest advice I ever have for artists, bro, because I feel like I know too many talented artists that don't post anything, don't show anything because they have that. It's like you like that's
They perfectionist.
exactly. It's a great question. Like, what is that relationship with like dropping shit? Like, because I feel like it's kind of like, you know, riding a bike. You have to get onto it, and then once you start riding, you can do it much more easier than the first time. Like, what do you think?
I think that like dropping, like, is something that that's like my biggest part about music is dropping it. Like I didn't never want to rap at first. I just used to rap for fun, writing raps about how I felt. That's why I was so conscious, because it was just like me expressing thoughts. I never wanted to be a rapper. So once I recorded a song and heard it, I was like, oh. And then the homie told me, oh yeah, we could put it out. It came out and everybody heard it. And I got all the good reception. I'm like, oh shoot, like we got to do this again. You know, like let's drop something else. We got more music waiting. And we kept dropping. And that's kind of how I built my momentum, because I just was like, I dropped one project, another mixtape, another mixtape, another mixtape. I had dropped like 4 mixtapes the first year I started rapping.
That's interesting. That's actually interesting because I feel like it's such a different style of artistic like venture. Like one guy will, like, as you said, a perfectionist. You'll, you know, spend years before.
That's the opposite of me. I don't even think about what song I'm about to do before I go to the studio. Back then I used to write a lot. So when I was in college, I would write out whole songs at a time, whole verses and stuff. And then by the time we get to the studio, we'll go through the beats and I'll be like, oh, this beat sound like this verse. And I have a verse already ready and stuff. And that way I record almost 3 songs a day, because all my verses was already, I had a notebook full of verses. So, but I just, that was the main thing for me. I didn't see the use of holding on to it. I didn't see it doing me no good sitting in the vault.
That's great. That's good advice, bro, honestly. I think people would, because there's such a block to that. But okay, but wait, you were saying that I had a question. I just got too hot. Wait, we were talking about your dropping it, but then you said something and I had a question for it.
I just was saying how, like I said, I recorded nonstop and then I dropped.
Exactly. And now, how is your process any different? Do you write songs or do you go there and kind of just?
Now I don't write those. I don't write like I used to. I used to write just nonstop, like in class. I used to never pay attention to the teacher. I'd be writing raps. As soon as she said a word that I think I can rhyme with, I done made a whole verse out of it. Then she talking about some lesson. And that's how I used to write all my verses. And then eventually, like by the time I moved, it was before I moved to Portland, really. I had a couple songs I did in Louisiana before I moved here that I did not off the dome, but like in the moment. So it'll be like go through the beats and I'll be like, yeah, I like this beat, man. This beat kind of talking to me and making me think like this. It gives me this word. And then I'll be like, oh, what words rhyme with that? And then it kind of like just vibed out and just, you know, it's almost like freestyling on the spot, but it's like a written freestyle. So it's like, I'll take something and I'll be like, all right, this is the word that it give me. Then I rhyme the word a couple times. Then I'll say it to myself. Then I'll be like, punch me in, you know, and then I'll do punch-ins every four lines. Usually I'll start with the hook though, because the hook will always give me like the basis of the song. Mm-hmm. But I don't usually have a song in mind most of the time when I record. I just let the beat talk to me.
That's good. I feel like that came through practice as well, right? Like you have to go through the years of writing down stuff to be able to catch on to these words and spit them the way you do. So it makes sense. Bro, I have a question.
Yeah, it was the experience.
I have a question. Why do you think us human beings are here on Earth, bro? Like, what do we have to do here? What's our?
I think that we are all here to serve a purpose. Part of the purpose is to create, not only, you know, artistically and musically, but to create life, you know, like, and there's no offense to like no homos or anything, but I think that that's like part of the purpose. Like that is one thing that any man and woman can do is make another person. So that's a general question that you asked me. That's like it's kind of random, so I wasn't thinking, but that's like what I would think.
That's
You
perfect.
know,
That was a
that's
real.
my best answer I could think for that one. It's like,
Do
yeah,
you have children?
no, I don't got no kids yet.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think that's like, why would God put me here? He might have a purpose for you to, to have an effect on other people's lives. If you still here, then yeah, like they got a lot of babies that's stillborns.
You're right.
They got a lot of babies that's premature and don't make it. Like, like it's a lot of people that don't live to make it to 22, 24. So that means that you have something that's meant to be done if you still here.
So so you do think that there's like, we all have these paths that we have to go through, and do you think we're like kind of the boss of these paths, so we get to choose where we go, or they're just kind of already written, whatever?
It's already written.
Yeah.
All our lives are predestined.
You think so? But like right now, I could jump out this fucking window, and I get to do that decision, and that's like, written pretty crazy story right there.
But God knew if you do it, God knew you was gonna do it. And I ain't even talking about no certain God when I say that.
No, I believe that. I
believe God is love and love is God. So that's I don't even go into it.
So that's a very spiritual way. But
I'm not religious, I'm spiritual.
Yeah, same. I really resonate to that. But the thing that I love, like, I agree. I think God encompasses everything, but not necessarily that he writes it out. I think the beauty of the human, bro, like the reason why God, or like whatever's God, loves us in the way that he does, bro, is because we have that power, not over him, but we have that power of decision making, bro. It means that
that's because God is in us.
Yes, exactly. But the thing, I was reading this one story, bro. This guy Alan Watts wrote the story where these old society's interpretation of like God and what they thought it was, and they thought that God pretty much put himself in us. So pretty much our lives, or we go through them not knowing that we are God, but going to this end where we're trying to figure it out. So, but the reason why he would do it, he would want to forget himself, like his goal for entertainment and to create this spontaneous world that's like so beautiful and so perfect, but like comes out of like somewhat randomness. Like he wanted to do it by forgetting himself and finding about himself every time at the end of it. But so the sense is that the free will that we have is something that
I'm about to tell you, you're talking about free will.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you, you're talking about free will. We all have free will. Yeah.
Exactly, but the free will that we have is something that gods back in the day on Olympus, like the Greek gods, they would envy us because we had that free will. Like their lives were just godly, bro. Like they have everything. And
I don't believe those people are real.
Like I mean, it's just mythology, bro.
Yeah, mythology.
That's very true. That's
so those guys don't really pertain to the true love of God, or God being love. And the free will that you're talking about is 100% true. But like you said, God encompasses everything. So like he sees it all. Like he sees the past and the future. Like you could do this and that, and you could do this and think you about to switch it up, boom, 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 and it's still like, it's not nothing to him. Like he could have seen it all coming still.
But that makes sense to me because
I don't even like to say he when I talk about God.
I agree. That's a good point, actually.
But that's just how society makes us talk. But I don't even like to say he that much.
Will make sense, exactly, because it's not a he or a she. It's but that's my point. It's like, I agree when you say this, God encompasses all. Like God is the future, the past, the present. So yeah, at that point, my future is God too. Like he is, like he will know that path there. But like, I think it doesn't, like, as much as your path is your path, and no matter what, you're gonna go through it. And on your deathbed, you will have gone through a path, and it was. But my point is that your decisions matter so much, and those are the ones that kind of direction you to the path that you want to have, and like
to the path that he wants you. I mean, that God wants you to have. Yeah. Your decision to listen and your decision to be, to submit and be vulnerable and, push through and work hard, your decision to do that is your free will that determines if you get what God has destined for you. It's destined for you regardless, but I guess.
What if you don't make those decisions?
If you don't make those decisions, then yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know. I can't really, I can't really tell you because neither one of us have the answer to that.
We don't, but like that's the beauty of it. But like, and I completely agree with your point, but like I think we have a very similar understanding, or like think of understanding of like what this is. Like I don't know what it is. I was born Christian, bro, in a very Catholic Italian family, but when I was going to church when I was young, bro, I'll be honest, like I didn't understand the things, so they didn't attach to me. They didn't make sense. Like it felt something that was like, it was too grandiose, especially go to Italy, bro. These churches are gold inside, they're huge, marble. So, and I was like, outside of it, that's where the homeless people are. The homeless people tend to beg in front of the churches because people feel kind after going to the church, so they'll give them money. But for me to go into this household where we would sit down and there's so much space and like, these words that I didn't understand, and then go out and it would be like, right, let's bring these people in. Like we got space, like, it's kind of, but even though they do, like, I don't know, that's why I had a hard time understanding things. But even though I know that, Christians and Catholics, and like they do the job to like help homeless and whatever, but I don't know.
Man, they claim to do that.
Exactly. I'm not gonna go into like, I don't wanna be politically.
Yeah, we ain't gonna go too deep into that.
Yeah, but I completely agree with you, and I think the more you go into it, the more you see that there is a little corruption around religions. Unfortunately,
I mean, it's Catholicism for sure.
Yeah.
But I came up Baptist, but the thing is, like the slave trade, they messed up all our religion. So with you being from Europe, you get into Catholicism. That's what they wanted to push upon everybody. And Black people realize Catholicism was one thing, but they don't realize that the Christianity that is the basis of it was force-fed unto you. Like we was Christians before they rewrote the Bible and gave it to us another version. But before that, we were something else. Before Jesus even was born, it was just Judaism, like, or whatever they call it. But I could go on and on about spirituality, bro. Like that's why I'm a rapper. Like I got a lot to say. Like, so we could take this any direction you want, bro. Yeah, I didn't even roll my blunt. I was like, fuck it.
That's why, bro. I think I fucked up. You made me. You told me just enough to make me feel comfortable to roll my joint, and now I'm here talking about all this stuff. I'm high. But,
no, you talking about it.
Yeah, I am. You're right. But no, I don't know, bro. I think it's a good spectrum to have,
Yeah, one thing about religion and stuff, like I said, they for Black people, we had a slave trade, then was in slavery, then they gave us a Bible. That wasn't the same as the Bible that we had before. We didn't have all our rituals that we had before, and we didn't have all of our practices. All we had was with those people that survived on the ship. Remember, that's all they had. They had no scriptures, no writing, no nothing. All they had was memories. And they still, you heard about the Haitian Revolution?
The Haitian Revolution?
Yeah. The Haitian Revolution is how Black people start getting freed all across the world. Because they got to do what his name is. Forgot his name. But the names don't matter. They tried to go in, and they got Toussaint was basically the general. He started as a nobleman and raised up to basically the president, or what they call the president of Haiti or whatever. And the French wasn't liking it because he was empowering his army and stuff. And the French tried to come in and shut it down. Boom, they retaliated. They took in French prisoners and everything. And they eventually tried to jar a truce. And then they arrested Toussaint, who was the leader of Haiti, a Black man, take him to France. And that's why Haiti was ruled by France. That's why they speak so much French there. And they came back, and once they took the leader, they tried to send back the people to like captivate and put the people back into slavery, like the Haitians and stuff. And they lost. Like they sent all of the greatest white powers armies to Haiti, and those people did a ritual. I know Haitians. I'm from New Orleans. Like they know the story. Like you can't even find this nowhere online. Like this is real facts. And like those people did a ritual or something, and then they had like lightning strike or fire burst all over the country. The people had to flee. They had the white folks' heads on stakes and shit. Like it was crazy for them, and that's what started the revolution of people being freed in America.
What does mainstream media say regarding this battle? Like, because you were asking.
They just say that Toussaint went to jail, died in prison, and then the Haitians defeated the army. But they just kind of brush over everything because they don't want to let you know that the voodoo that they use is what really really beat those people, because voodoo is a strong thing. That's why it's still around and it's like talked down on so bad. If you think about it, anything that the media try to paint up as a bad image, most of the time it's not that bad. It's a reason why. And the same things that they're trying to say is a good image, the vaccine might not be as good, you know. So that's just how it is, man. Like the media, I try not to even take in too much like media in general, because man, it's all BS that they're trying to feed us.
I mean, it has, like, I feel like it really does. Like, if you just look back, it has an agenda, bro. Like, it's not that hard to kind of see through the slip holes, bro. Like,
yeah, you just got to be open-minded enough.
Absolutely.
Because the way that America is systematically wired, it makes you think a certain way to where you don't even think for yourself. You let the media think for you. You let your fucking surrounding your friends, you know, you trying to be cool with them. And you know, it's just like, you don't think for yourself at all. You let the school teach you the history. Like, man, bro. I could really go on about this, dog. What history do they teach you about? And oh, you're not from here. You're not from here.
No, but when I went to this, when I was in Italy, I was in an American school, so we kind of had the same American curriculums.
They had American history, right? And they taught you about Germany and the war, World War I and World War II, and they teach you about people being enslaved and Martin Luther King, right?
I think we did.
But they don't tell you nothing about.
Mostly because I was in Europe, we didn't have that much American history. We had we had World War II, World War I, and that was most of the American.
They told you about Martin Luther King.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Martin Luther King. Yes, but the generic story, like not in details, you know, like.
Right. But the thing is that my point is, they didn't tell you nothing about before that.
That's very true. I don't know Martin Luther King was past that.
No, it's not about Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King came after slavery. They don't tell us nothing about before Black people got caught into slavery, because the richest man to ever live is a Black man.
Really, I feel like I've kind of looked.
Mansa Musa is his name.
And he was
the richest man to ever live.
But where was he, like, geologically?
He's African.
Yeah, but like where in Africa? No, obviously.
Dang, what's the name of those?
Was he like a king? Like a
Yes, he was definitely a king. He got born into royalty. His brother got lost out at sea, so that's when he took the throne. But it was in like West Africa, I think. Southwest.
Africa had a shitload of knowledge, like even before like the Moors and stuff like that, bro. Like, like that's where like we pretty much like essentially like learned most of the shit. The Olmecs, like all these people, bro, they're more African descent than they are of Caucasian descent. So like I completely agree, and I think that's the whole goal of colonizing a place. You want to wipe out these people's history, when they came here, bro, trust me, they were burning everything. And when they went down to South America, they destroyed all the South American cultures, the Mayans, whatever. And just by doing that, bro, by burning all their history and implying a new one. So I completely agree on to some extent.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy because like they do all of that. And like I said, they man, I lost the thought, but Mansa Musa, yeah, he was one of the richest to ever live, and they don't want us to know that kind of stuff. They keep that kind of information away from us, and they want us to just be focused on the part that kind of empowers them, and that's slavery. So if you're stuck on the slave mindset, that's why a lot of Black people be like, "Oh, we still ain't forget about slavery." Well, do you know that the world is like 10,000, like, well, people been around for almost 10,000 years. So 400 years compared to 10,000, like that's only a small number of years, which I'm not dismissing slavery at all, because people be taking it the complete wrong way. I'm just empowering. I'm all about empowering myself and empowering the next Black person and empowering people in general, because I'm not a racist. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, at the same time, we got to start within. Like, if you can't notice that the problem is within, that we letting people teach us whatever they want to teach us, and we not going to look up our own history and teach our generations more about our own history, where we come from, then we not really taking no initiative to make a change. So sometimes I'd be kind of like I'd be kind of depressed, not really depressed, but like disappointed, or like I'd be losing all hope. And sometimes I'd be like, don't seem like my people ever gonna get it. Like, as far as there's gonna be some people that get it, but all the white people already teamed up, and they got us outnumbered, and they got more money than us. So it ain't time to go to war again. We don't need to go to another civil war. We already are free. So we need to control our money. Like, Black people that's what they did. They boycotted and protested. Now they just protesting and not boycotting. They still buying all the white people shit still. They still at Walmart every day. They still going to buy all the stuff out the mall that's made by white companies. Support your locals, support your Black people, support your, like, what's the point? Like, if you're going to be protesting about something, like, take some action behind it. Because protesting is just like screaming at a wall that's not saying nothing.
No,
I went to the protest, and I'm sitting there. Portland been protesting more than any other city in the country, bro. And I've been at a few of them, and I'm like, I remember the first one I walked up to the cop. I said, "Do Black Lives Matter?" He was like, "All lives matter." I'm like, "Oh, no." I asked the dude next to me that was protesting. I'm like, "Do Black Lives Matter?" It was a white dude. He like, "Yes, Black Lives Matter." And I'm like, okay, you see what he said? Do Black Lives Matter again? I asked the police again. He said, "You heard me, all lives matter." I'm like, all right, see, that's why I'm not out here. That's why I'm not protesting. I'm not about to sit here and talk to a fucking idiot. What's my point of doing that? That's wasting my time. I got shit to do.
I think, no, bro, I don't know, what you said is absolutely right. And on that regards, bro, I just think that, people just have to start asking them questions why some sort of, as you say, history is being, what type of history is being taught, what type of, ideology are being, like, it's just, if you ask yourself those questions, when you say that, exactly, like the self-empowering, bro, like, it's to go exactly against that. Like, I think the sole purpose is to make individuals feel less than they are, and especially minorities in that case. It's not necessarily just Black people, but any type of minorities. That's how they get them. And they get them by getting the minorities to go against each other, bro.
Yep, they split us up with so many different stuff. With they get us split up with religion.
But
they get us split up with colorism. They get us split up with.
I don't think it's a black and white issue. Like, it's not like I agree with you. Like, your sentiment of like, bro, but like, I would put my heads down for a brother, and that brother has no color. Like, absolutely. Like, someone that I'm close to and that I build a relationship to. I don't, no religion, no nothing could make me genuinely see him other than a human, because that's like, I really have that impression, bro. Like, I feel like we're all similar enough to be in the same species, but from different, like, like a cat from here is not the same fucking cat from somewhere else, but like, they're still fucking cats. So for me,
I seen somebody say we all got the same 200 something bones, so what makes us so different from each other?
Absolutely, bro. Like, for me, so my point that
it's just systematic. It's systematic division, bro. Like,
it is.
They want it to be divided by genders, or divided by sexual preference, or religion, or social class. It's a million different ways. Every single thing that you see that's different, that you gotta pick and choose, and this and that, is made just to divide people and see how.
The only purpose to that is because they can only beat us divided. Like, that's the only way that they can beat us, is divided, because they are a minority. If you would talk, even if we go into elitist or whatever, we'd say the 0.1%. Bro, they're 0.1%. We are the 99.99% others. So
yeah, without us, they don't have that 1%.
bro, but the scary thing is that they've got to a point where they don't need us anymore. They built the infrastructure. We built the infrastructure for them.
For them to not need us.
Need us. So now it's like automation, AI, all these things so they can wipe out. And at that point, they can live. They can live as a 0.01% and like not need the labor, you know, which is essentially all type of labor is like, you know, what was done to get power and riches. So that's the scary part is, and now we're really at a catalyst moment that if we don't do something about it, and I'm not like a big anarchist or anything, but bro, I say that these conversations are the one, and that's why, bro, like I even have second thoughts of wanting to publish these things, bro, because of how social media one shadow bans you, like does all these things to go against when you start speaking real shit. Honestly, I don't care. I like, it's funny, like we're going on to probably an hour conversation and I have to reduce that to 15 minutes. So I'm not really—
I'll post it on my Instagram reel. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Because
No, exactly. Me too.
my Instagram reel be going up right now. I don't even know how.
Exactly. No, but like the point is that these conversations are like the ones that are so hard to have, bro, but are so fucking crucial because
that's the uncomfortable conversations. That's I'm always down to have the uncomfortable conversation because I'm comfortable in my skin. And it's not really nothing nobody could say unless you just disrespecting me, then I would let you know that. But you're not that type of person. But I'm saying like it's nothing that somebody could say in a conversation where I'm not at least a little bit understanding. It's because I'm just so open-minded that I see like stuff from like a spiral or like a spherical view. So it's like so many directions that I could see it. It's not no one or two. Like I see what you think. I see what you think. Everybody is right in their own way, you know, and that's because we all got our own lived experiences, and that's what that kind of stuff is based off of.
And I feel as well like that allows you the ability to literally put yourself in other people's shoes, which is like all you really need to do to like understand even the worst of the worst people. Because like you know, these people, whatever it is, the worst of the worst, like you can understand their stupidity, their ignorance, because any type of racist guy is like a really ignorant person, you know, like and so I agree with you, bro. And that's, bro, honestly, I think that's a blessing that some people have, is that ability to see things by so many different angles. Like too many people get triggered for fucking nothing these days, you know. And
yeah, because they only see it from one. They closed-minded. They only see stuff from one perspective.
And it blocks away the whole conversation. Like if someone gets triggered, you don't even want to have that conversation with someone. And then
it's a barrier. It's a barrier that keeps you from getting to that true destiny that we talked about earlier. So yeah, you got to be able to get past the barriers and let go of self a little bit, and realize that you're not always right. Like you right to the extent it's all good for you to think what you thought, but you got to be able to, you know, take constructive criticism, even if it's not even for art or music, even just in life in general. You can't just go around life thinking that you know it all, because if you knew it all, then shit, you'll be the fucking top 1%. You wouldn't even be talking to no normal nigga like me.
That's fact. But what do you think about the ego then? You talked about the self. What's the ego represent to you?
Ego? Elaborate what you mean.
Like I feel like for me, like a big, like I don't know, you were saying that we have to lose our like the self, but I feel like what I interpret is kind of lose to some extent the ego. And what I represent as the ego is this thing inside of yourself that knows you so well, and this might be a weird way of interpreting the ego, but knows you so well, and knows you to the extent, but is one that counters against you. It's like that part of yourself that goes against yourself, if that makes sense. And it's the one that allows you to put yourself in situations that you wouldn't want to be in, but only because of, you know, like, I don't know, you were saying like someone talks to you badly and you will like be understanding until the point where it gets aggression. But there's some people that could, you know, create that aggression much earlier in the scenario just based upon ego, you know, like, because they feel like they're being attacked, or like, you know, they're kind of self-conscious about themselves in a way that they feel like they're being targeted when it's
just because they insecure. Ego is like like once people got too much ego going on, it's really just a reflection of insecurity. I feel like people, it's a difference between like ego and being kind of stuck up or anything like that, and just being confident. Because people need to be confident, and that's a big thing that I think a lot of people lack, and that's why they resort to ego. It's like they're not confident in their self enough to know that they are good, they look good, they do good. They think like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough sometimes, or maybe I should be doing something like this sometimes, and then that kind of pushed them to the point to where as soon as somebody tell them about something that they could be doing better, they be like, oh, I'm on my shit, you can't tell me nothing. It's like, I was trying to help you a little bit. I just give you constructive criticism, and that, you see what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's just defense mode for people. That's what I think ego is. But ego is something that you gotta put a death to it. Gotta put a death to the ego.
But I feel like it's hard to do that permanently, like forever and ever. Like, then for me, it's like what I think it's like, even beyond like exactly the insecurity is that one, but like the only reason why you're insecure for that specific thing is because you know yourself so well, so it picks and chooses the things that you're like less reliant upon, and it uses these things against you. It's like the best mechanism to fuck you up, type of shit. And the only way you can beat it is by being an observer. So like you take a step back, you're like, okay, why am I feeling shitty about myself? Why am I doing this? And when you take a step back,
you gotta give yourself some therapy right quick.
Exactly. And if that, the second that you look at it go, it just leaves, you're kind of like, okay, fuck it. I just spent all this time where I was about to, fuck this guy up just because he looked at me badly, bro. Like, fuck, he's got all kids and a wife, bro. He comes back home all beat up, like just out of a look, So
yeah, that's the ego at that point. But I mean, we could go on about that ego. I mean, that's something that's tricky, because like as an artist, like it's almost like people want you to have an ego. So that's kind of against the person that I am. So I just stay true to myself for the most part. But well, in general, that's what I do. I just stay true to myself. But I be feeling like it either gets taken for granted or it's not appreciated, because every artist is so egotistic nowadays. So every artist is like so like standoffish, or like, thinking they're above everybody. Like that's part of the persona that's attached to being a rapper now, because of people like Lil Wayne, people like Chief Keef, people like, and I'm thinking of more recent people that I can name off the bat. I don't know. I don't want to just name people right now, but that's people I could think of right off the bat. Lil Wayne, Chief Keef, they was assholes. Like you couldn't pay them. You could pay them for a song and they might not even come. You could pay them their top fee, they still might not come, because they just don't care. They just got an ego to where they're like, oh, what I want to do matters more than everybody else. And they kind of gave rappers that image. And rappers kind of have to follow that image. Like a lot of rappers nowadays are either influenced by Chief Keef, Lil Wayne, or both.
But I have a question to that. Do you think that, okay, the original people like Chief Keef and Lil Wayne, do you think they did that for an image base, or they genuinely didn't give a fuck? Like, okay, all the people that came
They didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a fuck.
Exactly. But all the people that came after did it because they wanted to follow a certain stigma, but they made the stigma. So themselves were just.
Oh, Lil Wayne was Lil Wayne.
Yeah, exactly.
And Chief Keef was definitely Chief Keef.
Exactly. So I think that's kind of beautiful too. Like if you don't want to give a fuck and like be kind of egoistic in that sense, but do it really like that, it has to be
like really let that be you. Like Cardi.
Exactly.
Like Cardi really do nothing that nobody else does. Nothing that he does makes sense. It don't add up. The equation don't make no sense. But that's his approach. Like he don't give a fuck. He's anti everything. So nothing he does makes sense to anything. You see? So he not just following Chief Keef, Lil Wayne, trying to be an ego ass stuck up bitch nigga ass rapper. Like he just fucking, that's just who he is. you know, so staying true to yourself is a big part of it, but like you can't I mean, I love McConan the other day, right?
Who?
I love McConan.
I'm honestly, I'm sorry.
You know the song I'm going up on a Tuesday.
Yeah, I know that song.
That's I love McConan.
Oh, okay, so I didn't know.
He was signed with Drake and stuff, but I met him like the other day out here. I posted the picture on my page, and he was one of the most humble, famous people I ever met. And I've met a few of them. Like I've opened up for bigger artists. I've you know, met big artists and just running across in New Orleans and stuff. Like, and I sat there and talked to him for a couple minutes, took a picture, and like he followed me on my Instagram. He got more followers than any of the artists I've ever met before. And he was the most humble out of all of them. And it just like, that's when the light bulb went off in my head. I was like, you don't gotta be an asshole like these dudes trying to do. That's why they holding themselves to a level that's lower than his. Like his song, even though you didn't know his name, you knew his song as soon as I sung it. Most of the other artists that I opened up for, you don't know them, bro. Like you don't know their song. They never made a mainstream hit, but they carry themselves with way more ego than he do. And it's no knock to them, you know, but it's just crazy because like, you know, your fans, your supporters, those are the people that make you anyway. So why would you want to like be standoffish with the person that's making you who you are? It don't make sense. Like anybody that reach out to me in my messages, like it'll be a lot of spam and shit, but like anytime I got like people actually reach out to me, or I actually see somebody that I could you know, collab with or something, I reach out and I try to do it. Like I'm not gonna just be like even if I see people in public that I don't even recognize, bro. Like I done met so many people at different shows that know me because I did the show, but I don't know them because I probably was fucked up. I treat them like I know them, and I be nice to them, and I just try to do that to anybody I run across in general. So I don't really get like the approach. I don't really get the mindset of somebody that would want to take that approach. Besides, like just being scared of what might happen. Like, cause some of these dudes be having beefs, they gang bang and this and that. So they could be like kind of scared. Or not even just scared, but like, you know, they trying to be cautious of, you know, how they move because they don't want it to really, you know, they don't want to get caught slipping. So it could be that could be the case, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't really see ego playing a good part in the long run.
No, I agree. And I think it's really cool how you brought that back to being an artist. I completely deviated out of it, but I really like how you brought that back because it's very true.
Yeah, I think about everything from an artist standpoint or consumer standpoint. Sometimes maybe producer standpoint too.
So you kind of put yourself in all spectrums.
Yeah, I have to. That's the only way to like create a product that's appealing to a wider audience. Even though you'll never be able to please everybody, you could definitely appeal to more people if you're looking at it from an artist standpoint, producer standpoint, and a consumer standpoint.
And so that's how you guide your music. So or you just went to base. Okay, and do you see it changing anytime soon, or do you see it, you know, just would you like to, I don't know, like artistically, what do you see your future like in that sense? We're getting close.
In my future, I feel like once you check out this last album, you'll be able to see that like I'm talking about like a lot of real stuff, like in general, like that any normal young man could go through. And besides that, I feel like this album was just the intro to me doing that. I feel like the way me and you talking, like I'm growing every day. Like I'm 24 now. I started when I was like 20, and like when 20, maybe I might have been 19 really, and I was doing it in high school too when I was 14. But I'm just saying, like I'm starting to get back around to learning how to tie in my wits with my rap ability, like tying everything together, because like I told you before, I didn't ever want to be just a conscious rapper. I wanted to be able to be a lifestyle rapper. So now that I understand that I could speak about the real stuff about my life, but then at the same time still still like make it catchy or make it wavy, make it fun. I can still make real stuff that's still fun to listen to. Like once I realized that, it made me think like that's more so of the future, like where my music gonna go. I got 2 projects in mind. Honestly, one of them is called Raw Past Mars, because my first project ever is Raw to Mars. So one of the projects I got in mind is Raw Past Mars. So that would be the follow-up for Raw to Mars. And then I have another project in mind called Camaraderie, which is, you know what camaraderie is. I want to call it that because I want to make like a collab tape, like a tape where I just like do probably like 30 songs with 30 different people, or maybe even more than one person on some of the songs, you know, like because that's what hip hop is about. It's so competitive at this point that people like, you know, they're not realizing that you could compete without really like trying to compare yourself or really trying to like
outshine.
Like you could compete without trying to outshine or compare or downplay the next person. Like it's different ways to compete. Like there's a such thing as friendly competition. So
Best kind, really. If you think it's the best kind, it's the one that really makes you go the furthest artistically. Like you will try to compete friendly with your friend, you know, like that's how you try to get
because because at that point it's like you look at your friend like he good and you know that he might come with some fire shit. So it's like, all right, let me make sure I come with my most fire because I gotta make sure I ain't half stepping.
I think there's a mutual respect there too, no?
That's the idea of camaraderie. So it wouldn't be me working with no random people. I might see about getting like a bigger artist featured on it if I can, but more than anything, I'll just be working with most of the same artists that I've worked with on the come up, and you know, some new people that I've been meaning to work with and that kind of thing. But that's the 2 projects I have in mind. Raw to Mars was like a lo-fi sounding album, so it's like, you know, like more boom bap, chill, laid back beats and like wavy, like New York style, East Coast stuff. And that's what Raw Past Mars would be, versus Camaraderie would just be a project. Like it could have slow, fast, anything on there, but Raw to Mars would be like vibed out, chill, classy, jazzy, East Coast, New York type vibes.
30 songs sound like a lot of songs to put on.
That's camaraderie. That's a whole.
Yeah,
that's like a whole compilation. Like at that point,
that's pretty.
That's
sick.
a whole compilation. That might not even drop this year. That might not drop till next year.
But I think it's a great idea.
But I think the idea behind it is what I broke it down to. Like that's what rap is all about: is camaraderie. The competition in it wasn't meant to make niggas kill each other. It was meant to push the next person to do better, to be their best. So like if we lose all sight of like what Cyphers was meant to be, Cyphers wasn't meant for niggas to shoot each other and kill each other. It's meant for us to come together and have something productive to do, enjoy ourselves, making music and entertaining people. You know, they had people break dancing and spray and doing graffiti in the background like it was a party. That's all it was. And now in Portland, like even they got certain places that don't even host hip hop shows because these dudes out here think they gangbangers and stuff and want to shoot up parties and shit. And it's like, bro, you gonna shoot up the event that's hosting your passion? Like, just make that add up. Like you taking away all the venues for you to potentially be what you want to be, because those venues are not allowing hip hop. But that's the main idea behind camaraderie. You just gotta realize it's just bringing people together and bringing more of the fun back into it. Because that's what all the fun is in hip hop, is rapping with people that you think are good, and you know, them thinking you good and y'all having products that come out that's good. Like that's what hip hop really about. It's not about just going on a song freestyling. Oh, I'm better. I'm the best in the weather in it. Ain't nobody said it better. Like, come on, man. It's not about just shitting on niggas and just dropping songs by yourself and doing J. Cole albums with no features. And no, it's not. That's not what hip hop ever was. That's not what it's about. you know, and history always repeats itself. It's not supposed to go backwards. Hip hop should keep progressing sonically, but the culture of it needs to be preserved more. We letting all these white folks in there, white folks running the fucking hip hop industry, honestly, bro.
Mhm.
If you think about it, Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube, they control all the music, especially hip hop. Hip hop don't even got nobody that's running it. Jay-Z and Diddy, and Dr. Dre, they some of the biggest people in hip hop, 50 Cent, but they still don't have a bill. They might have a billion, but these people that's really controlling shit got billions of dollars. And they got control to the point where they can control the message that's being sent in most of the music. Like if you turn on fucking random hip hop playlists off Spotify right now, I bet you're gonna hear something about dead ops getting smoked on at least 10 songs. It's a reason. It is systematic. Everything is systematic, bro. Drake talking about Drake was an actor riding in wheelchairs in TV and Team Nick, and now he talking about I crept down the block, took a right, and talking about mob ties and all kind of shit. Like Drake a mob boss now. He went from being a singing dude off of Nickelodeon to a mob boss. Why? Because that's what the label told him to rap about. He don't even write his own music. So that tells you right there.
It sells.
Huh?
That's probably what sells in their opinion or what they want.
Yeah, that's what sells. Not only what sells, but it's what sells, and it's also what teaches these young niggas to do the same dumb shit so that my kids could be in the same position I'm in when we get older. Like it's just simple as that. Like it's a repeated cycle, bro. And that's the point. That's the point of the camaraderie project, is to bring everybody together. Like I don't care if it's people from the East Coast, West Coast, out the country, South, Midwest. I want somebody from everywhere on there. I need everybody to show love. I need everybody to come together and show love to each other. Mm-hmm. Like, nigga, like I might even put a rule on the project to where if everybody on the project don't follow each other, we taking the song off, because that's the like literally the point of it. So that one will probably come after Raw Past Mars, because I want to take time on the camaraderie project. Like that's gonna be major, bro.
That sounds sick.
Major.
I think the idea behind it is really sick, and I know I think it just goes all the way around back to the conversation of like, you know, we got to stand up for each other. Like generally, I think that's really the point.
Yeah, homies got to support each other. It can't always just be like thinking everything gonna be about you, or always got to be something for you to gain from a situation. Like sometimes, you know, you just got to play your part. Sometimes you got to contribute. Sometimes you got to give. The thing is, people don't realize is the richest person got the most to give. The people be thinking, oh, I got the most because I got this, I got that, I got this. Congratulations. This dude just gave all of that away to the homeless people. So he got way more than you. Mm-hmm. If we're going to talk about comparing who got the most, you know? I heard Master P say it. You heard of Master P?
Master P the rapper?
Yeah. Master P, old school. He from New Orleans though. He one of the first independent labels ever. Like he did like a distribution deals with like No Limit Records, and he one of the first independent labels ever. One of them. He wasn't the first, but he's one of the few. And he said that shit. He was like, you know, one thing I never. He basically put it like that. Like it's not. I learned that it's not about how much money you have, but how much you could give shows, you know, who really got the biggest bag. So like, I don't really flex money and stuff. Like I just give as much as I can, and that shows. And once I kind of thought about it, I was like, damn, like that's like 100% true. Like even if I only got a little bit of stuff, if I gave half of my stuff to somebody and somebody else got more stuff than me, but they kept it all to themselves, I did more than that person did, even with half the amount of stuff.
I think that you know, if someone like Master P could say it, someone that has gone through that life, has reached that level of success, you know, and then he looks back and that's the advice he can give. Like, Like it just, it shows, validity to the point.
Yeah, it gives it. Yeah, anything come out Master P Mouth pretty validated.
So
Yeah, OG in the game.
But when do you think your next show is gonna be, bro?
My next show,
If you have one, then we can.
I'm looking at coming to Cali and do a show. What part of Cali you in?
I'm in LA, bro.
I might come to LA and do a show soon. My homie just did a show in LA like last weekend.
All right, bro. If you pull up, I'm gonna pull up to the show. Okay.
Yeah, I need you there, bro.
I'll pay my ticket too to show that. Yeah,
Nah, for sure, bro. I don't even know what it's gonna be like, honestly. But they just did a fashion show out there, so it'll be a good networking event for you in general. Since you already kind of like into that. Mm-hmm. And I don't know though. I don't know the date because we were looking at doing a date soon, but they switched some stuff around to where they did like a fashion show. So now they just finished the fashion show. They're about to be rolling out the pictures and promo for that for a while. It's June right now. Maybe hopefully in July. I don't have a date set yet. I don't got a show booked yet. Honestly, I can't even lie. But man, that's just because of COVID, bro. I used to do shows if it wasn't because of COVID, I would have been had a show. But I'm gonna be doing like more interviews and like podcasts and stuff like this.
You should, bro. You got a lot of stuff that you got that should be heard by a lot of people. So I and you display these things in a very understandable manner to like the general person. So I think you should definitely go more into podcasting and talking. At least have these conversations with as many people as you can.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to just do that and just let people know, like my music is one thing. Like my music, I have so much stuff to say. That is why I do music. Mm-hmm. Like it was like after I had so much to say, I was talking to my girl. She was like, just write a rap then, try to write it. And I started writing it, and I got addicted to writing it. And I'm just a talkative person, bro. I always got in trouble in my classes for talking. I got shit to say, bro. Like I don't want to be quiet. If I want to be quiet, I'm gonna go take a nap or something.
Yeah, honestly, bro, never be quiet, because especially if you have this type of shit to say, fuck it, man. There should be more people that should talk up and say the real shit, and have the conversations that are awkward, which you don't mind having, which is a blessing, honestly. Mm-hmm. You never know. Like when I start these conversations, I never know where they're gonna go. But this is like the type of conversations that I want the most, It's like the ones that mean the most, at least, bro, because real shit is being talked about, and especially in scenarios that, bro, what are the odds that me and you would have this conversation other than this PS unique thing, and they were like interview based? Like, as much as this is an interview, I talked maybe a little too much. I apologize, but this interview, like for me, was it was a great conversation. More than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we already. How long we been on?
Like I think more than an hour or something.
More than an hour. I honestly, I feel like I had more I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Oh, we could talk about the album if you want.
Please. I mean, me. I was gonna. This is giving me so much footage, bro, that it's gonna take me hours to cut it up and even make 15 minutes out of it, because that's my maximum.
Oh, I'm about to say fuck it. You could go longer than.
What I'm gonna do eventually, I'm gonna open a YouTube page and I'm gonna have the full interviews where they're just unedited conversation, the whole thing, and put out there. But for Instagram promotional purposes, for the sale, guys, that's just 15 minutes only. But Instagram and have the whole thing. But if you have, I think this is how I wanted to end it. If that's good with you, bro. It was with, if you have anything you want to say to.
I just want to say the new album is out now everywhere on all platforms. Micah by Young Micah. Young Micah, the number one. Young Young, Micah, Micah. And the name of the album is Micah. So it should be right there as soon as you search my name. And it's all bangers from beginning to end. I got nothing but good feedback, and it's all, just go check it out and you won't be disappointed. I got comparisons to people like Currency, ASAP Rocky, but I'm my own artist. I got my own way of putting words together. I got my own topics and content that I touch on, and it's way different than anything that's out there at all. So yeah, you gotta listen to your only way to find out is to listen. You gotta go peep this out.
Bro, as much as you're talking to other people, you're talking to me, and I'm gonna go peep this album right now and not get disappointed.
No, ain't nobody else doing it like this.
I'm
That's all I
excited,
can say.
and I'm excited to be part of the ones that are early. Like we were,
Oh
we
yeah.
were
You
talking
wanna,
about the
you wanna,
people that are there. You know, when there's, I'm glad. You know, we're
hey, nah, I
on
fuck
each
with
other's
Italy
list.
anyway, bro. When I dropped my first album, it was top 200 in Italy hip hop.
Really? Fuck yeah, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
I have Italian fans, so I have Italian people on Guess Unique. So there we go.
Books and War.
Yeah.
Go listen to Books and War. That's my biggest song. Spotify had to take it down because it got so many streams.
Really?
They thought I was buying streams or something. I don't know what happened, but I ain't buy a damn thing. They were streaming me, bro, and they still get, huh?
They just took it down?
I don't know what happened. Yeah, they took it down though. Yeah, it came down off of everything and then went right back up. But Books of War is the song that put me like at number top 200 in Italy. Books of War. I bet you if you talk to somebody in Italy that you know probably didn't already heard that song before.
Bro, in a party.
Crazy, bro.
That'd be wild.
They message me all the time online talking about can you get that song back on Spotify, because they don't even use Apple Music or YouTube, and it's on SoundCloud too.
Oh really?
But it's not on Spotify.
I can find it on YouTube.
Yeah, I gotta get Spotify to put my shit back up.
It's gonna be tough to have them not go on Spotify. They're lazy guys, bro.
Yeah.
Our culture is just, whatever the easiest is.
Yeah, they're like, if it's not on Spotify, I don't know how.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's on everything else except Spotify. Fuck Spotify. Fuck them. They took my shit down. But you want me to send you this shirt, or what you think we gonna do? Because I don't know, man. I think we might could do 2 pieces, honestly.
We could do, bro. If you have that, dude, it's all really like I base it off fan base. Like, like I'm really gonna look at. I think you have, like, it's like if you think that shit will sell, bro, I'm gonna get a really cool artist to do some cool ass designs on them. So
why you can't design it though? You busy?
Huh? No, because I have another vision, bro. And I always kind of, as much as I like to preach myself onto this artist, like I always like to push other people's art. And this girl, I really think she's really talented. And I think.
Oh, all right, I feel you. Then I respect it. I respect. I was just wondering because man, you just sat here and talked and got to know each other. I'm like, shit, why are we not working on it together?
Yeah, no, but I agree with you, bro. And honestly, aside than this Pièce Unique thing, bro. Like I generally, and bro, and this girl is my girlfriend, so it's not even like I'm asking this really. It's like because.
Oh, you asking your girlfriend to do it?
Yeah, no, and because dude, I genuinely think that she could do a better job for how I envision the shirt to be. Because I'm not a good drawer to that extent, so I can't really reproduce. Like, I don't know if I were to draw you with your album or your album cover, like I wouldn't be very good. That would be very abstract. So I think it'd be nicer for your fans to have something that's like that. So I think that'd be
all right. Let me see.
But
let's try to hit up the dude with the bucket hat, see if he'll do another one with like a 1 on it.
Yeah, with the number 1.
Instead of the stars, like ones with the, like alternate the ones with the stars.
Yeah, I can actually tell him, bro. Honestly,
if you do some shit like that, I know my people will buy that for $40. I'll buy it for $40 and wear it till I sell it for $100.
$5 was kind of a low ball. I think he usually sells them for like 50 or more.
I know. I'm saying I will buy it for the base price.
Yeah,
and then wear it in a photo shoot, wear it to a show, and somebody gonna be asking me to buy it, and I'm gonna be like, this is handmade, and it's gonna cost you like 80. At least 80. I'm gonna make me a profit off that bitch.
Right, that makes sense. But I'm gonna ask him how much he's willing to make them, because I think 40, 45. It was only because we put it on auction, bro. So we really hoped it to go a little bit higher, but it stopped at 45 because
you did it on eBay.
No, but it's on my website. So you didn't see on the Pièce Unique page, bro. Like I made this website, which I'm making an app for. I'm gonna have an app like party soon, or like eventually like an app to like opening thing. But the thing is, so I made this website, and that's where they auction the stuff. So you have to go on the website, very easy access, and you just press on how much you want to bid for certain items, and for a week, and then at the end of the week, it's like that. And how I do it is like new artist, new auction every week. So so now I have like probably like five people that I interviewed before you, but I pretty much choose.
So mine's gonna probably come in like a month maybe. Huh?
Well, yeah, it depends. But I really base it on like when it makes more sense. Like when you're gonna send me the shirt, like I think this interview is more interesting than maybe another interview that I have, and I want to maybe place it at this time rather than this other one. So it's like kind of based on
Right.
that. I just
Right.
need
Nobody else don't know what you did or how what order you did it. So
Oh, exactly.
even I don't know which order you did it really, but
Exactly. So I can tell you.
but yeah, I can send you the shirt. I'm off like the next well, I got work tomorrow morning. I'll be off early and I can send it probably by the end of tomorrow. You just send me your address and let me know what he say about that hat. Cause that bucket hat, all I need it to be is extra large. Just make sure it's an extra large because I got dreads.
Yeah. Facts.
So my hair kind of big, like
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it would need to be an extra large, like a size 8. You know how to fit it to be the size 8.
Yeah, you can find the size, but what you can do is, bro, honestly, if you send me a message with this shit, you tell me just your size, and I can deliver it. I can give it to the homie. I'll call him today and be like, my homie wants a hat with ones, stitch and sewn, and how much are you willing to let me know?
No, I want it just like the one you showed me, but I just want it to be alternating. I want the stars to be stars.
Yeah, but he doesn't
star one.
Yeah, but he doesn't make them all exactly like that. So he can. I'll tell him that you want like this style with like ones kind of going around the crown.
No, I want the stars there too. Still though.
Oh, you do.
I want the star one, star one, star one.
Oh yeah. I'll ask him. You see, send me these by message, so I can.
I want the alternate. You don't get the vision, bro?
No, I do get the vision. Star one, star one, star one. But I'm not making it, so I gotta ask the homie. But
I'm pretty sure if he can make a star, he can make a one.
I don't doubt.
But I'll text you, that I want your homie to do the bucket, and you just send me that your address and like what time it is, man. It's a little late, so I can't go send this off.
It's the only one shirt you want to do?
Yeah, might as well, because it's an auction. You're auctioning off one piece, right?
Yeah, just one piece.
Yeah, we got
just auction, So
yeah, if we're auctioning off one piece, we can just do this one right here.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna buy the other one. I'm gonna buy the other hat for myself.
Okay.
So he don't even have to
no, we got
you. Don't even have to rush it to make it. Like I'm gonna buy that one.
I'm gonna call my homie literally like as soon as I'm done with this. I'll be like, yo, this guy was really enthusiastic. He wants.
Yeah, that hat fire, bro. Like I'll wear that bitch with a white tee with some regular jeans. I don't even care what shoes, regular shoes or some shoes with. Man, I ain't seen nobody with that bucket hat out here yet. It looked like this. I ain't gonna hold you too much longer. It looked like Kid Super mixed with ass pizza. It looked like Kid Super mixed with ass pizza.
Hey, I see. That's actually a great fucking reference, bro.
You know what I'm talking about? Both of them?
Yes. Bro, I've been in custom clothing, bro, since fucking 2007.
Oh, so you've been into the clothing.
Custom clothing, bro, has been my like. I wanted to start this website for custom clothing in 2017. Like I've got like Ass Pizza, bro. I went to him and Warren Lotus came to Boston in 2017, bro, with a rack of clothes, and they were just giving it out in the park. And I went there, bro. I was with a broken leg, and I got there literally 15 minutes too late, and I didn't get a shoe. So I just got him to sign my fucking shoe. And I'm pretty sure it was 2016, actually, not even 17.
Dang.
But so yeah.
Oh yeah, you've been on the scene. I just found out about Ass Pizza in 18.
No, yeah, but that guy.
I heard about him when I moved out here. They was telling me about, bro, you heard about Ass Pizza? He just pops up so at random places and sells out. Yeah. I'm like, what? I'm like, what the fuck?
No,
I'm like, how does he do that?
He's got a good culture, bro. This guy, because he's been doing the same thing, or like he's been going, like having that history. Like the guy's been going out there. He's been doing it.
He's been outside.
Exactly. He's been outside doing it since 2016, bro. So now in 2021, when you go to his thing in LA, there's like 1,000 people that are. I mean, this guy's a genius, bro. He got this denim, so this roll of denim, and just rolled it in the park and asked people to.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Everybody came in and decorated. I saw that shit. I was following them for a while.
You know what he did with that shit, bro? He got them cut up and got them manufactured into jeans. So he got all of his fans to paint denim for him, and then he resold that shit for like $250 a pop. Like, if that makes sense, like he just used all his denim and brought it to like a.
You saw my face. My face was paused for a second.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait, these niggas. So like, just finesse their ass. Like, you better. I would have cut my denim off when I was finished. I was just exactly. Out of here. Well,
that's it. No,
I'm gonna say, take my shit with me.
That's what no one did that shit. Honestly, they probably respected the man too much. But I thought.
Yeah. I would have asked you, can I get a discount or follow back to something, bro? I need something, bro. This shit $250 for something I painted on. No, bro. No. Fuck.
But dude,
I could have painted. I could have bought my own shit and painted it for $250. Bro, I could have bought some Japanese denim and painted that shit.
It's like expensive too. And the thing was kind of light too. I thought it was like this really thick denim, but it wasn't that thick.
Oh, you seen it?
Yeah, no, I went to this one.
Oh, you went out there? You drew on her?
No, I did actually.
What you drew?
Well, I don't know. I did some faces.
Some faces.
But I did it because some homies were going there. But I wanted to go out there because, bro, I think that's the type of shit that it's impressive to me. That someone from that basis can literally unite so many dudes and people together and have them paint.
Then they got bad bitches out there in the background too, right? I'm about to say bad bitches love fashion, bro. That's why I got a fucking sewing machine. You see it over there?
Yo, yep. I see it right there.
Like I don't even know how to use that bitch. I'm just waiting to find a bad bitch to teach me.
There we go. We're gonna seek a bad bitch.
I'm saying because that's all bitches, they all on that shit. They all love fashion and modeling and pictures, and that's You got a girl though, so I ain't gonna go into that too much. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Bro.
You're right, bro. It is.
I was about to say it's like I'm rapping and stuff. I did it for myself, but
you got a girl too.
But bitch, huh?
You got a girl too. You said. No, I heard you say before. You said my girl or some shit. No, that's tripping.
Nah, I don't got no girl.
That's tripping.
I can't do a girl because I'm a rapper, bro. Girls don't like that. Girls like fashion guys. They cool with the fashion dude that's in the background, just making clothes and not getting seen too much. But the dude that's on stage, got girls coming after stage trying to say good job and all that. They not buying it. I had a girlfriend when I did my last show. I did a show a couple months ago, and she seen all the girls that was trying to talk to me out there, and she was going off.
It was over there and then.
It was pretty much over there, yeah.
Wow. But
they can't handle it, bro. That's a lot.
But that's the thing. That's when you find, bro. I feel like as a rapper, or that's when you find the right one, bro. When you find the right one that you don't, like that she doesn't give a. She's confident enough in her bad bitchness that she doesn't care that you got other little poser bad bitches that want you, and like you think, so that's the goal.
I picked you obviously already.
Exactly.
That's what I could never get through to, but that's a whole different subject, bro. Like it's fashion, like I said, that's what them bitches love, bro. So like when I come out there to LA, I pray to God, bro, that it's this summer, bro. Cause I've been out in Portland 3 years and I still haven't came to LA, bro. I know people in SAC, my homeboy in SAC right now. I know people in LA that they got this dude named Via Charlie just did an underground fashion show.
Really?
And Via Charlie. Charlie, you wouldn't know him. He upcoming just like you, bro, but his fashion show is packed. And he has some dude named MDMA perform that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he got a movement going, and that's the same dude that I'm talking to about coming set up the show at the same venue and stuff. So I'm hoping that I could come out there and, network.
It's probably downtown LA, no? Or something. Like in a warehouse.
They got some place called like Pono Brewery or something.
Ooh, I've not heard of that.
I can't even think of what part of LA it's in because I haven't been there. But I'm just hoping that I can come just because of the connections that I made already. Like I've met so many people out here. Like I'm connected with Cookies, bro. Like Cookies on.
But can you tell me the other way? Because it's
You still see me, huh?
No, it goes sideways. The whole video is sideways for the people too.
Oh my bad. But yeah, like how I fuck with Cookies and everything. Like my people growing for Cookies. I'm about to get them. I got a sponsorship on the line with them right now.
Really?
So it's like everything is everything at this point. Like connection wise, when it comes to my homeboy that's on one of my old albums, he in LA got a studio now, bro. He never left. He moved from Portland and moved to LA, and now he got his own studio. He said when you come, it's up. Like same shit. It's like all the dots. Remember I told you earlier, like it's time for me to connect my dots together musically, like with my subject matter and my flows and stuff, because I'm learning how to step out of my comfort zones, but then also connect my dots with my literal connections that I have. Because I just know people, and I know people all over in Cali, all over on this West Coast.
Well, I think LA is really, it's a melting pot, bro. If you come here, it's an artistic melting pot. No matter you turn left or right, there's some guy that you're like, oh, that's pretty sick, or that makes sense.
That's crazy, because like you right, because like they did the stuff that my homeboy just performed that, like me and him just both dropped albums. We both on each other album. And he just went out there and performed at the some smoke stuff. It was packed, bro. Like I ain't never did a show that big, honestly, bro. Like, and he was killing it, bro. And then like some of my homies from Louisiana was in LA for some reason, and they ran into him, to the point I'm looking at my homies from Louisiana Instagram, and they posted a picture of my homie that's on my album. I'm like, this dude, he not even from Portland, he from Philly. I met him out here as an artist. I'm the first artist he ever met. Me and him just clicked, you know what I'm saying? And like, he went out to LA, did his show. My homies ended up in LA for some reason. And then they doing like vlogs and shit, basically. And they posted a picture of my homie. I'm like, yo, you know who that is? He posted my homie Hype Man. I know that's my partner too. I'm like, that's my bro. And then he posted my homie. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? You know this dude on my album? I'm like, nigga, are you doing your research, bro? Like, and then Lambo is like
to record again. Why don't you believe in coincidence?
I said, why I don't believe in coincidences, because there ain't no such thing. I said on a song, honestly, I don't believe in coincidence. Get you hit up right with all your apprentices. That's a hook. That's just a couple bars on the song, but like I can't even think of what song that is, bro. I got a lot of songs, but coincidences, I don't believe in them, because I just believe in that destiny thing we talked about earlier. So it's like, if everything predestined, then how can this be a coincidence? Like things be too things be too coincidental. Look, too coincidental to say that is really a coincidence. Like my homie that I met in Portland, and I'm from New Orleans, met my homie that I met in Lafayette in LA, and the same, like, what?
Yeah.
And he posted, and he taking pictures, so that's how I know, and they connected and all kind of.
And you saw the story. Like, you could have not seen the story too. You could have.
That's what I'm saying. I could have not seen the story, because I don't watch everybody's story. He could have not took a picture, and I would have not seen it. But like, everything is happening. Like, I continually tell everybody that I connect with, or that I'm connected with, they be like, yeah, bro, keep grinding. You on the come up. I be like, nah, we on the come up. Like, we on the come up. Like, me and anybody that's connected with me, we all on the come up. Somebody else connected with me might come up before me, but guess what? We all on the come up, period. The come up is for us all. The come up is abundant. The only people that's gonna get left out is the haters and the people who didn't know how to support. I'm sorry.
You're right. you gotta be here and be clear. But bro, I think I'm gonna have this is first of all by far the longest interview I've ever had. so props to that. But it's gonna be a fucking nightmare to edit. But I think I'm just gonna this interview pretty much makes me have to create a YouTube channel. So thank you. Make a YouTube channel now.
But all you gotta do is just take out the clips, because I be talking a lot, bro.
Yeah,
like, I talk in circles sometimes, because I like to make sure everything.
Still, it makes sense, bro. Like I sat down here during the whole talk, and I was genuinely listening, because it's not like someone, you know, like I'm interested in whatever. But like, no, bro, everything you said kind of was chronological and it made sense. So.
That's why I talk like that, because I like to, like you said, I like for everybody to be able to understand what I'm saying. I don't like to talk over nobody's head. I don't like to try to act like I'm talking down to nobody either. So I just try to talk in a full circle, so that, you know, I'm explaining everything like that you need to know to understand my point of what I'm saying.
No, I think I understood. I think.
No, I know you got me, but I'm saying, like,
no, you're right.
That's why I be talking to people like that. They don't be getting it.
No, you're right. But once again, bro, it's worth not the preach, but at least the conversation. And if you got it in you, preach that shit, because it deserves to be preached. You know.
For sure, bro.
But bro, it was an actual pleasure meeting you, Mika,
Micah.
Micah,
And what's your real name?
Diego.
Diego?
Yeah.
Diego. How you spell it?
Diego.
Oh, Dago. Oh, I know a Dago.
No,
I know a
Diego.
Dago. I know. Huh?
Diego.
Oh, Diego. I know. You know I know that name.
Yeah.
Let's go, Diego. Go.
Exactly. There we go. You caught me, bro. I'm fucking
That was my shit, bro. I used to fuck with Dora on me.
Bro. I was born in the U.S. actually. I'm Italian, but my dad was doing school in New York when I was born. So I was born in New York, bro, and I remember I was going to the park in Central Park, and I was, I have dark hair, but I kind of look like Diego, low-key,
Yeah.
So I was younger, I really
You
looked.
said you're Italian. I was like, Italian. I was like, you're a Mexican.
Dude, most people think so too, as well. But and I would tell all the kids in the park that I was Diego from Dora. No cap. It would just hype me up crazy, bro.
I'm Diego from Dora.
People thought so because I spoke Italian, so they're like, "Oh shit, you're probably Mexican or something." These were American kids.
They ain't know what the difference was.
They thought I was straight up talking to the map.
But Diego, bro, I fuck with you though, bro, and I'm gonna have to let you know. You know what I'm saying? You send me the address. We're gonna take care of the hat and the shirt, and then, man, we're gonna keep our fingers crossed that we hurry up and get the day locked in for the show. And I'll let you know, and we could help. You could try to help me promote it a little bit, and I'll get you in that bitch. Honestly, you'll be my +1 because I don't got nobody to go with anyway.
Appreciate it. That's lovely. But honestly, I'm even down to, if you perform, bro, I'm gonna make you a carpenter fit for you.
Yeah, that'll be fire. And the dudes that's doing the show, that's what they do. They do videography and fashion. So I'm gonna probably shoot a video with them while I'm out there.
For the event, I can put you on this fucking. Dude, this is my best creation, and it looks fucking fwags worn, bro. Like honestly, it looks crazy, bro. It's this bad bitch.
I like how I got that puff out. Yeah.
Exactly, bro. And you could wear this shit. Honestly, I think this. I'm down to make even a customized piece with some ones for the top, but I think that's my best thing, especially on a video.
It's a 32.
Yeah, it actually is. We're the same size.
I'm about to say, yeah, 32. You know, that's the size.
Well, that's a great coincidence, bro.
Great coincidence. That's the greatest size for. I'm a model, so that's like the best size to be is a 32, bro.
Yeah, you're right. That's facts. So
6 feet, 32 waist.
You tell me what type of clothes you're into, bro, or like if I don't know. I'll fit you up for sure.
I'm gonna say anything custom, bro. Anything you make, I'll probably wear it. But like I said, the people that's booking me, that's what they do, the fashion and the video. So I'm gonna shoot a video with them while I'm out there. So you can fit me up for the show, you can fit me up for the video, or we can collaborate your fit with their fit. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen, bro. I really just need to talk with Charlie and get the day locked in. That's all it is.
I'm in Italy, bro. I'm in Italy from the 27th of June to the 10th of July.
Bet. So bet.
That's perfect for me.
So if it's before, I think it'll probably have to be after that, honestly.
Yeah. That's probably, bro.
But if it happens to be while you gone,
yeah, it is what it is.
Let's try to collaborate something just to where we still get our pieces done for the auctions. Yeah. And see if you can still give me a piece to wear for.
No, I probably could do that too at the end of the day.
Because I still send it right back to you. And like
exactly. I trust you.
I don't steal or nothing. Yeah. I get clothes. I model at one of the biggest shops in Portland, bro. I get clothes for free.
But no, that's perfect for me. And I always have people that are here. And my girlfriend's gonna be here too, so she can just give you the pieces or do whatever. It's perfect. But
all right.
Okay, so hopefully not. It's not during that time because I think it'd be cool to meet up in real life other than just this digital shit.
Hell yeah.
So if you're one time that you come to Cali, it'd be worth it.
Yeah, but that one time ain't gonna be the last time either. So
no, that's fact. I'm here full time, so it doesn't change.
Sure, bro.
This is where I'm situated.
Facts. So we in the game, then I'm about to roll up my blunt, bro. All right, bro. And just send me your address. And